So the claim form 4 is divided into 7 parts or 8 parts if I'm not mistaken. So hahanapin ho ni PhilHealth yung admissibility. This is the reason for admission. For surgery ho, you need to indicate the indication for surgery. So dapat maganda ho yung chief complaint, maganda ho yung history of present illness. Ito ho yung tip dito. Gusto makita ni PhilHealth the compelling reason bakit nyo inadmit. Okay? Pag wala ho yung compelling reason at medyo hilaw, okay, magkakaproblema ho kayo. So, ipakita ho natin yung admissibility. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, completeness of the claim for documents. So, ito yung tanong ni Doktora kanina. What if wala yung attachment? Wala yung result? Ngayon, ang pagkaintindi ho kasi ng lahat is, ito po, in claim form 4, a lot of the hospitals assume that the claim form 4 is just the prepayment document. That's it. No, hindi ho yun. Based on the circular, the claim form 4, okay, aside from the claim form 4 document, you need to attach the laboratories. That is part of the claim form 4. So again, you need to have the claim form 4 and you need to have the attached documents. The claim form 4 is a soft copy, okay? Other regions will require a scanned copy. Now, that is one, and you need to have a scanned copy of the laboratories. So, the requirement is completeness of the claim form 4 documents. This means that you need to attach specific documents or laboratory results because those results are proof, okay, of the quality service. If you don't have the laboratory or the results, your claim will be denied. So, it's as simple as that. Yan ho, that is the meaning of completeness, okay, of the claim form 4 document. Okay? So, I'll go back to the slide. So that is why the experience of Doktora na deny yung claim niya. So, next, the appropriateness of the code. This is so simple. Most of the time, we take this for granted. Okay? So, again, it covers the discussion of most resources rule, the correct case rate for the package, and the correct RVS code. Now, most of the time, wala naman hong problem dito. Okay? But, they are very particular of the code. So the next consideration is, again, ito ho, the diagnostic tests. So, associated ito sa completeness. So, when we say diagnostic test, try your best, okay, that you perform the gold standard test. Okay? Consider it if possible. So, for pneumonia, ano ba yung required? You have the chest x-ray. If you're talking of MI or coronary syndrome, ano ho yung requirement? If you're talking of sepsis, what is the gold standard? Okay? You need to do the diagnostic test because this is part of the attachment. It is also a proof that quality services, okay, are given to the patient. So that is why a lot of claims are denied due to non-compliance to the standard of care because of the absence of the diagnostic test. Okay. So, the diagnostic test that will cover laboratory or ito hong mga radiologic test natin. So, another consideration is the course in the ward. Now, to be honest, the course in the ward is a little bit nonsense. Okay? Now, why so? The course in the ward, okay, as I said kanina, there is a checklist for the CF4. The course in the ward is not part of the checklist. Okay. Are they reading the course in the ward? Probably not. Okay, it depends on them. So, kung ako yung medical evaluator, the course in the ward will help me, okay, to determine if there are questionable entries in the claim form 4. Yan ho yung role na yan. For example, inadmit ho ninyo, pumasok yung pasyente ng headache and then all of the sudden nagkaroon ng ang diagnosis ninyo ay surgical, okay, nagkaroon ho ng ORIF of the femur. The patient came in with headache and the final diagnosis is ORIF procedure. So, the medical evaluator, okay, will now be very cautious what happened. So, this is where the course in the ward document will come in. The course in the ward, okay, must have the pertinent activities. It must complement the clinical situation. For the specific example of headache and having an open reduction of the femur, the course in the ward should explain the transition. Okay? If you cannot explain it in the course in the ward, and if the medical evaluator cannot see, okay, the consistency of the story of clinically, the claim will be denied. Okay? That is the purpose of the course in the ward. If there are unclear issues, okay, on the first few parts of the claim form 4, the course in the ward should supplement it. Okay po? Okay, now here's the problem. The claim form 4 in many hospitals, they are not the priority. So, it's prepayment review. You need to know that before payment, they will review it. Other hospitals po see it as not important. The clinical entries and the non-clinical entries, okay, are not clear. Next, who is assigned? Or who monitors the correctness of the claim form 4? Okay? So my question to everybody is this. Who makes your claim form 4? Is it the doctor, a non-doctor, or anybody? May I know? Ano lang ho, is a loose question.